All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this wonderful world of ours. I hope I'm not on mute. It's going to happen every once in a while. Oh, yeah, the comic relief that sometimes I give on this channel. Not intentional, albeit. Welcome, guys. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday and enjoying. I can't believe that OOTP24 has been out less than a week. It was just last Friday that the official version released, and it seems like it's been out for weeks and weeks already. Like OOTP23, what was that all about? Are you guys still checking into your OOTP23? I am, because I have a hard time letting go of old games. So I like to check in and still enter some tournaments and see how the Gladiators and Jim Unknown Blue Jays and Lights Camera Action are doing. But I have to admit, it is weird the last week getting into or trying to get into a new game, because you get so used to routines and spamming tournaments and setting lineups and opening packs for one version of the game that to immediately try and transition to another version of the game, yeah, it's kind of tough to do. And so I'm still kind of going through that transitional period between the two games. Andy from Sheffield, formerly known as Luke, going to be like Prince one day and have just a symbol representing Andy from Sheffield, like an AS, Andy from Sheffield. Won a perfect draft. Excellent. Again, I haven't really got into the new game in terms of the drafts too much. Going to get into one today. We're going to kind of go through one together, and just not enough time in the day for both of them. I agree. I'm finding it hard to find enough time in the day for one of them, let alone both of them. So I hear you, Mr. Devil Dog. Good to see you. Good to see you, Cub fan Steve. Good to see you, Baz, Deer in Headlights. Rob is here. Minerva, who has to head off in a little bit, is here as well. And we got many others of you here. So I want to start off just by kind of thanking some of the people that followed yesterday. It has really been a whirlwind. It's really been busy for me, with the streaming and the new game coming out and personal things going on. It's just been crazy the last little bit. And so I apologize for those of you that followed yesterday and I didn't get a chance to shout you out and thank you. A lot of people are following different streams, a lot of new players coming in. So a lot of the affiliates are starting to see, this mass influx of followers. And usually it was 2 or 3 or 4 a stream. And now it's getting kind of where we're getting quite a bit. So I do want to thank those that followed yesterday that I didn't shout out. The Old Gray Gamer, thank you for the follow. Bluebird Silver, Stratico. We've got Team Kill Greg. We've got P Mustyle 74. So P Mustyle 74, if you're like a lot of us that use numbers at the end of the tag name to kind of indicate your age or birth year, you'll fit right in with this community. X Nolan Ryan 34X. Nolan Ryan, one of the best of all time, and I'm still looking to get one of those Tequila Sunrise Houston Astro Nolan Ryan jerseys. Yeah, that is a goal of mine, to get one at some point. Today I am rocking, for all the Atlanta fans out there, in honor of TJ coming on tonight. I believe TJ is going to be on tonight on the official channel, OOTP Developments on Twitch. You want to check him out to get your official drops tonight. And he is, I'm not sure if he started yet, but he plans on starting an Atlanta Braves franchise series. So in honor of his first major Atlanta franchise stream, I got the Braves jersey on for him today. Big shout out also to OOTP Developments. Speaking of them, they went around and were checking out some of the affiliate streams and followed myself, followed EVC, followed some of the other streamers that were on yesterday. So yeah, kind of cool that you're being followed and watched and evaluated by OOTP development. So thank you, whoever is running that, whether it's Rich or TJ or Nicolino or whoever might be running that channel. Thank you for the follow yesterday. Super Hash Bra. Super Hash Bra. We got Cob_Ra. Cobra. Well, we already have a 39 Cobra as a follower. So we got another Cobra. I wonder if they're related. Shark Exboy. Shark Exboy. NJ New Jersey, probably. New Jersey Dan Esquire. That's how I'm going to take that one. UP Snub. We've got Archilic 811, Jan23, Fallen Glory Zed, Evil Shanks, who followed me sometime after the stream yesterday, Carly Boardley, Carly Boardeye, and CM Bandit. Got another bandit, Wildcat Bandit. You got a rival now. Ken W, 62356. Whew. Andy was Luke. We all know who that is. Fireman Trader and ZZ Top of the World. And then 3 minutes ago, we had Ezra Denny. And yeah, man. Okay, well, that's all the time I have today, guys. We'll see you on Thursday for the next stream. This has been a stream of shout-outs. And a big shout out, an extra shout out today to, I just see it, subscribing there with Prime, Jeff Steele Flex 47. Thank you so much, Jeff Steele Flex 47. Not sure who your favorite team is, but subscribers of the channel, they get a special welcome. Cover your ears. Hello out there. We're on the air. It's baseball night tonight. The tension grows. Bob Gibson throws, and the ball goes out of sight. Jeff Steele jumps, and the players bump, and the fans, they go insane. Jeff Steele roars. Klazuski scores at the good old baseball game. A take on a famous Canadian singer called Stompin' Tom Connors, who had the hockey song in the 70s and 80s. Very popular song amongst the hockey crew. And so you get the serenade for your Prime subscription. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the drops that are coming. And please let me know if you get any good cards in those drops. So again, to welcome everyone into the stream. As EVC, welcome EVC, who will be on tomorrow. Make sure if you missed his stream over the weekend, or I believe he was on yesterday. Yeah, he was on yesterday for a stream. Check him out tomorrow, as he is going to have a Guess the Content contest on his stream tomorrow. So yeah, it is a little overwhelming. I completely agree. And it's just go. Sometimes it feels like a full-time job. And for those of you that are new to the channel, I was a teacher for 32 years, where you're on the go. And you have to be on. As a teacher, you have to be on. And streaming is very similar to that. You have to be on. And mistakes are going to happen. You're going to mess up. People are going to correct you, and that's fine. And there's going to be times when you open a Shane Baz in a perfect pack, and you just have to deal with it. You have to overcome the adversity and move on with it. So thank you again to the followers. Thank you to those that have subscribed recently. And yeah, I look forward to producing more OOTP content. And it is episode number 82. The smoke clears on spring training. Yes, spring training is almost done. We're just getting into the last spring training games today. We look at kind of the schedule today. Looks like my Blue Jays are facing off against the Phillies. We got the Yankees and Nationals, the Braves and Red Sox. Yeah, today is the last day of spring training games. Tomorrow is an off day, and then on Thursday, it all begins. Giants, Yankees, Braves, Nationals, my Blue Jays in kind of a weird inter-league play right off the bat. The Blue Jays are off in St. Louis to start their season, their 2023 season. So yeah, looking forward to that on Thursday. So not only will we have OOTP content, we'll also have real life baseball action. Break out the bats, bat boys, bat girls, get ready to do your job. And I don't know if you saw that weird play yesterday in the, I think it was the Phillies spring training game with Real Muto, where he reached behind him and he was asking the ump for another baseball, and he had his glove out like this, and the ump was about to give him the ball, and then he moved his glove away, and the ball fell to the ground, and the ump immediately did that little ump point. You're out of here. You're gone. You're out of the game. So yeah, he got tossed out of the game because of the timing. And to me, it was an innocent play. Real Muto wasn't even looking back. I didn't see any kind of talk between him and the ump just prior to that. Hard to tell when you're wearing masks. But yeah, he just pulled his glove away at the very wrong time, probably assuming that, the ump wasn't going to give him a ball right away, and just, I don't want to hold my hand out there forever, so I'm going to move it till he's ready. And yeah, the ump tossed him. I know that's getting a lot of traction over the social networks, social media. So Real Muto's first ever career ejection. I did not know that. Yeah, Fofi, it was weird. I'm just glad it was a spring training game because really, when it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter. But in league play, in real life play, that would be an awful call. And sometimes umpires, they make mistakes too, but that was completely unnecessary. Like I said, we don't know the whole situation. We don't know during the game if things were being said and Real Muto was, saying things he shouldn't have leading up to that. At which point I could see the umpire saying, "Okay, enough's enough. You're out of the game." But sometimes we see a little clip and we don't get the whole context of what's really going on. All right. So, yes, real life games coming up on Thursday, starting with Giants, Yankees, and the Braves and Nationals. So, like I said, guys, this is episode number 82. Welcome in. Get your drops. Also, if you're new, I do have a Discord channel all ready to go and firing off, where you can ask questions, you can post screenshots of crazy things that happen in tournaments or in games. So feel free to join the Laptop Hound Discord. A ball boy stole a catch from an A's outfield in the Giants A's game last night. What's going on in this world? What's going on? I mean, really, it's not any different than what we see from year to year. We see crazy plays. We see fans reaching over the rails and falling, unfortunately. We see fans reaching out and grabbing balls that, aren't foul balls. And of course, the common ones are the ball boys or the bat boys or the line protectors, right? On the edge on the lines down the third base and first base line. They sit on a chair with a glove and the ball's hit. And a lot of times they think it's foul and they reach out and they grab it and it's a fair ball. So we do see those kind of things happen from time to time. It's just, it's baseball. It is baseball. All right. Welcome in again, guys. If you're just joining in, I am Laptop Hound and my streams typically are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at about 1:15 Eastern, between 1:15 and 1:30. I used to have chat tournaments where everyone in chat would get involved in one of the tournaments and we would draft a team and we would compete and the winner would get some packs. Those are postponed for now because simply there are not enough tournaments to get involved in. They are adding more and more, and in fact, they did add some more in the last few hours. So if you are frustrated that you can't get into tournaments, more have been added. So you should have a better chance of getting involved in those. Also, I do have giveaways every stream. OOTP has been kind enough to allow me to give away some packs. And this early into the game, packs are pretty cool to get. So if you want to try and win some packs, I will be giving away 15 packs at the end of the stream. One of you will receive 10 packs if you enter, and one of you will receive 5 packs. You can't enter yet. We'll do that towards the end of the stream. So, yep, stay tuned for that. Also, new content coming up over the next little while. One content series that I'm really excited to show you guys and see how it turns out is Babe in the Matrix. Yes, Babe in the Matrix. So really looking forward to starting that series up in the next couple weeks, and also some other cool things coming your way that are going to benefit you, the viewer. Can't discuss them yet. Still a few weeks away before it happens, but working on some things behind the scenes and hopefully can announce it in the near future. So stay tuned for some exciting things coming from affiliates, exciting things coming from OOTP, and from a lot of the Twitch streamers. So Babe in the Matrix. Thursday, if you're new to OOTP, once a week, the hype man, Rob Tomlinson, otherwise known as Dishnet on Discord, he presents the new content, the new cards that are going to be in packs. And this week is the first of OOTP24. It starts at noon Eastern Time on the main OOTP Developments channel, and it will be rebroadcast live, Twitch live, at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night. So in the 48 hours, the very first TWI This Week in Perfect Team will be on their channel. You'll get drops. If you watch it in the morning, you'll get the drops. If you miss it because of work or other commitments, you can watch it in the evening and you'll get drops at that time. You won't get double drops. So if you watch it in the morning and evening, no, you won't get double, one or the other. So that'll be exciting to see some of the new content, some of the new cards in the game. Typically, if you're a new player, you'll find a few, bronze, a few iron, maybe some gold cards. So if you're looking at the cards that are available now and you're saying, well, where is this player? Where's Fernando Valenzuela? How come he doesn't have a card? He'll get one at some point. Over the course of the next 48 weeks, he will have a card. We just don't know if it's going to be this week or if it's going to be in, September at some point. Typically, we get somewhere between 10 and 20 cards every week, but sometimes we get a huge dump of cards where we might get 30 or 40 or 50 iron and bronze cards to help us out in tournaments and to help us out with our league play. So you want to make sure you catch that broadcast Thursday at noon or Thursday at 9 p.m. Both of them will be tagged as live. Also, are you on Twitter? Do you do the Twitter thing? Well, Twitter has their own account for Perfect Team. Let me just post that up here. Good point. Yeah. Brydav points out that if you only get 4 drops, because Dishnet sometimes streams for an hour on these shows, sometimes an hour 15, sometimes an hour and a half. But if you don't get all 5 drops, you should be able to get the remaining drops by watching in the evening. Very good point there, Brydav. What else do we got going on in the chat? Yes, the weather feature. If you are a follower on the channel, just simply type in !weather, spacebar, and then the city that you live in. And as you guys know, I like to cover the weather from time to time. Okay. You joining in for the first time? Is this your first time on a Twitch OOTP stream? Well, go get the game. From now until Friday, March 31st, OOTP is on sale for 10% off the regular price. So I'm in Canada. I pay about $41 for the game. If you're in America, it works out to about $36. Friday, March 31st, 10% off, and you get a free bonus gold card pack to help you out with your perfect team. And maybe you can pull that gold move on like I pulled the other day. We got people from Milwaukee, Colleyville. We got people from, where else did I see here? Saw a few other ones. Alameda. Yeah, so people in from all over, and not only in the US and Canada. Right now, we've got, let me just pull this down so I could see it on screen, 118 of you guys from the good old USA, 4 from Great Britain or from the UK, 18 Canadians, and we have, what's this, 3, 6, 8 other countries watching the stream right now, including Switzerland, Denmark, New Zealand, probably a good friend, New Zealand rates, Australia, 1 from Germany, 1 from Colombia. I like your coffee. Colombian, that's my coffee of the day. Colombian with a little bit of butterscotch coffee syrup and caramel coffee cream. Bonjour to those from France. We've got 1 from the Netherlands, and we have a couple from Belgium. So yes, wide diversity of viewers from all over the world. Columbus. We got Columbus. All right, am I back? Am I back? Was there a glitch? Was there a glitch in the Matrix? I'm back. All right, good. Talk about good timing, right? I have a new content series coming out, Babe in the Matrix, and I felt like I was just in the Matrix there. Yeah, it glitched up. Oh, I misread Columbus as Columbia. Oh, okay, Ryan. Sorry about that. Yeah, lots of windows going on, lots of things going on, and yeah, Babe, Babe, the legend of Babe whacked the Matrix. He came back from somewhere to let us know that hey, it is a thing. So yes, I was talking about the fast spring version or the Steam version you can get for 10% off. And check out the OOTP podcast with Rich Grisham. Last one was put out on March the 9th. You can download these. You can listen to them on your device. Listen to them in the car on the way home, and find out all the latest from the OOTP team. Interviews with developers, interviews with content creators, and even interviews with those that are connected directly with Major League Baseball. So check out OOTP Now with Rich Grisham. And I want to give a big shout out to Rich for his streaming late at night and allowing a lot of us to get our OOTP development drops. So, Rich, if you're listening, thank you for popping in. I didn't see how the Dodger game turned out with your Mets. So, EVC is here. I haven't seen any tears from him yet, but maybe if he's around, he can update me how that game went last night. Did the Dodgers come back? I know the Mets were up 2-0. An ice cream shop from 1900. Yeah, America has so many cool sights. All right, speaking of weather, it is a nice 3 degrees Celsius right here in Edmonton, Alberta. And across the North American continent, what do we got? Port-au-Prince, 91. Managua, Nicaragua at 90. And Cubs fan Steve is one of the warmest places in the Americas. Cubs fan Steve's at 88. Probably got his visor on and his shorts, sipping a cool one by the pool on the beach. 88 degrees. Man, in March in Alberta, 88 degrees is like a dream. It's like being in the Matrix if it was 88 degrees here. We've got Detroit at 45, Chicago at 43, Wildcat Bandit, 43 degrees in Oklahoma City, Boston, 40 degrees, a little cooler and raining. And the cold spots today, Pond Inlet, Resolute Bay, and look at that. Look at that, as the kids say, fam. Look at that, fam. Eureka is -6. Whoa, it is time to go visit Eureka. -6. Most of the time, it's like -30, -35. But I am betting the people at the Eureka post office are really excited today because it's only -6. That is the warmest I've seen it in Eureka since I've been streaming. And those of you that don't know much about the Canadian geography, Canada made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories: Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. And Nunavut is made up of a lot of Inuit people, and it's a very, very isolated, non-popular, low, dense populated area. Not a lot of people live up in this area. Most of Canada's population is right in this region here. What you're seeing on the screen there, this little area, probably 80% of Canada's population lives within this region here. Montreal, Ottawa, our capital city, Toronto, and so on. So if you guys have been to Canada, post it in the chat. Where have you been? Has anyone been up to Alberta or up to the Northwest Territories? Kind of curious if we've had any Canadian visitors. Great, 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 great place to visit. You especially want to make your way to southern Alberta, where we have places. Let's see if I can bring it up here. One of the biggest tourist places in Alberta, well, there's two kind of getaway places. One is a place called Jasper, which is in the Rocky Mountains. So we got Jasper National Park. Great, lots of wildlife, very quiet, kind of touristy. And the other, little further south, is Banff. If you like skiing, if you like that kind of winter atmosphere, Banff is the place to go in southern Alberta. And if you want to get to kind of an Arizona type of feel, we have one of the largest dinosaur museums in North America. And that is, if I can find it here, where are we? That is in a place called Drumheller, Alberta. Really large dinosaur museum, a lot of dinosaur fossils around Drumheller. And I'm geography stumped because I can't see it on my map here. But it's down south of Calgary, around the Lethbridge area, Drumheller. So yeah, those are kind of the 3 biggest tourist areas where I'm from in Alberta: Banff, Jasper, and Drumheller. Okay, let's see if we can find it. I'm seeing some advice here. Yeah, you'd think a social studies teacher would know this, but when you're streaming and you're under the gun. Okay, let's see. We got further east. Rev Mondin says further east. East. There we go. Drumheller. It's got to be here somewhere. I've been there many times. It's we're in the Matrix. It's Drumheller is wiped off the map. Anyway, it is there. The dinosaur museum is there. I will find it one day and show you some pictures from the Drumheller area. Now it's really bugging me. Hmm, hmm, Drumheller. Yeah, maybe not as far south. There it is. Somehow I was thinking it was south of Calgary. It is not south of Calgary. It is northeast. There it is. We've got places called the Hoodoos, like this. So this is what you get in a lot of the southern Albertan area. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And of course, like I said, a lot of if your kids or your family like dinosaurs and they have a fascination with dinosaurs, that is the place to go if you ever come to Alberta. All right, let's move on. I want to do a kind of a quick recap here of the OOTP23 final week last week. Well, not the final week. You can still play it for another year, but final week where we're getting a lot of coverage of it. And my Gladiators, which is my main team, they have been in Diamond for many weeks. Not as many as Gorgo, but they've been in Diamond for many weeks. They've been up to Perfect Team for 3 weeks at different points in the cycle. And on Sunday, they made it to the semifinals and they lost in the championship series to this team here. Not sure what the name is, who went on to go and lose in 7 games to the big yellow shield E team over there. So the Gladiators close to getting to perfect again, but not quite. In terms of the Gladiator stats, some big names up there on the leaderboard. Tris Speaker and Sam Crawford were 2 of the top 3 in terms of average last week. Tris Speaker was the top war guy in this Diamond League, 6.6 war. And my lefty Grove, great pitcher, was second in the league in ERA. Pitching, my defensive stats are always kind of up there. I kind of pride myself on pitching and defense. And they were third in runs against, first in defensive efficiency, and first in starter ERA. There we go. Again, a shout out to a few new followers since I shouted them out last time. Chalua Chalupa Pants. Chalupa Pants. There we go. Chalupa Pants. Mick Arizima. Dingers, baby. Dingers, yeah. Dinger. We hit a dinger. Mark McGuire. And DK D King. I'll get that right. D King 395. And that 90s guy covers. You like the 90s music? That 90 guys covers. Thank you for the follow as well. Like I said, it's been a hectic couple weeks, been a hectic last week especially, and it's so refreshing and encouraging to see so many people joining in to OOTP. If you're new, you get drops. Drops are free packs. As long as you link your Twitch account, you have to link your Twitch account to your OOTP account. So let me put that in the chat there. That is the link that you would go to link your account. And if you're still having some difficulty, check out the one and only tutorial master, Easy Axel, as he has put out a short little tutorial video on how to link your account to Twitch. So there it is there. My Gym Unknown Blue Jays, well, they battled it out with Gorgo's Finneytown Flames last week. And it was a fight to see who could avoid relegation. And fortunately, both of us were able to stay in Diamond. Finneytown, wow, just squeaked it out by 1 game. And the Gym Unknown Blue Jays had a little more comfortable lead going into the last few games of the season. So they survived. And finally, my Lights, Camera, Action theme team. This is a team made up of players who have appeared in movies, TV shows, They've been in game shows prior to the 1985, and doesn't include TV commercials. It doesn't include baseball broadcasts. They have to be in some sort of scripted environment. And so I had a lot of players that have appeared in TV or movies, like Hank Aaron, who is in the movie Summer Catch, or Tony Fernandez, who played a drug dealer in a low B grade movie, or Roger Clemens, who has appeared in many things. Who else? Clayton Kershaw, who was in a couple episodes of The New Girl. We had someone was on the sitcom, I think Mark McGuire was on the sitcom Mad About You. Some baseball players have been in The Simpsons. They've been in Married with Children. So, yeah, it was kind of a fun theme team that I put together of anyone that has had some acting experience, even if they played themselves, but they still had to memorize some lines. So there were quite a few players that, I think one of them was Lou Whitaker, I think. Lou Whitaker or Lou Brock, that was on a sitcom, and he played himself. The main character was a big fan. And yeah, he still had some scripted lines he had to say. Yeah, the whole Simpsons baseball softball episode was made up of players that I could add. Absolutely. That was a gem. And some movies too had a few baseball players, like The Pride of the Yankees had a few baseball players in. So I was able to reach deep down. Even, Babe Ruth had appeared in a movie at one point. Sometimes it was just one appearance in one movie for a short period of time. Carl Hubble was in a movie for a short period of time. Vida Blue, his name was even on the movie poster. So yeah, it was kind of fun doing some research, finding some of those. Had to be Lou Brock. Yes, I believe it was Lou Brock. I can't remember the TV show, but yeah, it was Lou Brock. All right, what else do we got here? Mission cards. I am not going for missions right now. I'm finding the card market a little bit inflated, which is normal. You're going to get a high valued card market early on. But remember, a lot of these cards are live cards that you're looking for. As more people open packs, more of these live cards come out and the prices drop. So I'm not desperate to get any of these right now, other than Dave Steeb. I've got I think like 6,000 card shop order for Dave Steeb. I just want to buy him outright because I'm a big Dave Steeb fan. But the other ones, I'll get them as I open more packs and as I finish missions. But I don't want to spend kind of the inflated perfect points that it costs to finish some of those. All right, what else? Little later today, before we do our draw, I am going to do our first game of the final 8. We're going to show you some base game play and some of the highlights and some of the cool 3D animation that OOTP24 has for us in this year's version of the game. Started with 32 teams, random teams. We just randomly chose them. We spin a wheel to see who plays who. We narrowed it down to 16. And then the red teams that are crossed off, they lost the last round. So the green teams advanced. And eventually we're going to get down to our final 1 team. So this was a series that I ran in OOTP23. We're going to do the final 8 in OOTP24. All right, before we get to our first break, let's get to a little bit of gameplay. But first, let me go to the right screen here. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I hope your Thursday is going well. I want to just go into OOTP23 for a minute here. Like I said, I have a hard time letting go of old games. I become so engrossed in them and all that time building up a team that I just can't push it away. And it's a little bit of a shock to have to just all of a sudden leave it. So I want to go into OOTP23. I do have a lot of packs. I just haven't had the time to open them all. I'm not going to open them all on stream today, but at some point I will. And those of us that played OOTP23, it was, you could get into a rhythm of opening pack or spamming tournaments and collecting a lot of packs. It was not uncommon to get 30, 40, 50 packs or more a week based on tournament play and based on other achievements. OOTP 24 is a lot tougher. It's a lot bigger grind early on to try and get packs. I think I have 7 on my Gladiator team. But one thing I kind of want to do, just to kind of, for my own sake, to kind of put away OOTP 23 in terms of the streams, is just to take a look at the team that I've had ever since April of last year, and then build upon, change players. But if you're new, one cool thing that you can do is you can at any time go back and look at the stats of your players. Simply go to the bottom couple arrows, click on manage card, or click on player list right there. Go up to active roster and click on all players and organization. Now go over to your default menu and select pitcher stats. Go to the scope, select all levels, and split time frame career somewhere. Where is it? Career. There it is, career. And when you do that, all the cards that you currently own, now if you've sold a card, those stats won't be there. So if you really like a player and he's been on your team for a long time, maybe just hang on to him, keep him as part of the system. And now I can go and I can rank by games played. So on my Rocky Mountain Gladiators, Tug McGraw, the perfect Tug McGraw. He has played in 889 games. This card, it might not all be with my team. I can click on the batting stats and I can click on all levels. Go. But you can go and you can check the card and you can see kind of the teams that they've played on. If you've bought a card off the card shop, it may have played for other teams. Dave LaRoche. Wow, this was probably the best reliever card early in the game last year. Dave LaRoche. Yeah, you're very welcome, Tim. Like, there's so much that you can do in this game. But this is one thing I like to do, to look at an overview of all my players. Denbrew, your Tug McGraw, had 1,200 games. Amazing. I didn't get him till late. Kevin Brown, we've got Vida Blue, 930 games for Vida Blue. I don't know why they have them out of order here, but yeah. John Matlick, 831 games. So really cool to do. So my strikeout leader with over 1,000 strikeouts, let's go back here, 1,000, and have to make this column a little bit bigger, but Kevin Brown, he was my strikeout leader. So I click on his pitching stats, and he has played on the Rocky Mountain Gladiators since the year 2034. 2034. It is now 2069. And he has a career, where is it here? Strikeouts. Oh, there it is. 3,085 strikeouts. I don't know where that ranks in all-time real-life Major League history. I'm sure it's by far more than any other pitcher, except maybe, I don't know, Nolan Ryan. I don't know what he has. Maybe follower X Nolan Ryan knows his total strikeouts. But yeah, kind of cool just to reflect on the player. You can click on history. You can see all the awards that they've won with you, all the different perfect points. He has earned me over 7,000 perfect points in his career. So, as a new player, that's just something that I wanted to kind of point out that you can do. And I can do the same for the batters. So, I'm going to go to all batters. I'm going to go to batting stats. I'm going to sort by games. And it looks like Hank Aaron, Oscar Charleston, Brooks Robinson have played the most games. Brooks Robinson started off with the SF team for about 10 years, and then I got him on the card shop, and he has played 4,270 games. This card, 4,270 games. And what I really like is at the bottom, it shows their 162 game average. So this card has a 269 career average playing OOTP23. He's got a total of a 78.6 WAR. So definitely he is a Gladiator Hall of Famer in my books. One of my favorite cards. I absolutely love this card. I didn't get it till late. I got it in 2045. So it took me 20 some years to get this card, but he's played his entire career in Rocky Mountain, over 3,000 games, a 274 career average, 367 stolen bases. Yeah, Oscar Charleston. Look at all the awards in the top corner there that he's won. And another one that was my career leader, I used him quite a bit. Another favorite card of mine was Ross Barnes, limited edition Ross Barnes. He played in Rocky Mountain from 2023 all the way down to 2054. And we're on, looks like we're halfway through an ad break here, guys. So I will pause for a minute, have a little sip of coffee, and then we'll continue on once the break is done. All right, welcome back in, guys, from the ad break. Those of you that are subscribers didn't get the ads. My ads have changed for OOTP24. Instead of doing ads every 30 minutes, it's a longer set of ads for an hour. Again, gives us a chance to stretch a little bit, take a little bit of a breather, at least in my case. But I was going through the all-time stats of my team, the Rocky Mountain Gladiators. Brooks Robinson, the number one guy in terms of games played, Hall of Famer on my team. Hank Aaron, second in games played. Mr. Devil Dog says that your Brooks Robinson had a WAR of 79. Well, my WAR leader, and that's a great thing about OOTP. You click on the column and it puts them in order for you. Mine, pretty close, Devil Dog. Mine was 78.6. My Brooks Robinson. I don't know how many years played. Mine played from 2033. So he played 36 years, this card. This guy's got some stamina. He's played 36 years. Hank Aaron, great card. Another favorite card of mine all year. He basically, from start to finish, he could play at least all the way up to diamond. I wouldn't be surprised if a few people in Perfect had him on their bench. So Hank Aaron, my second best WAR guy. And as I said during the break, Oscar Charleston, love this card, love the card art, love the NEL players. This guy could have been my team captain. In terms of home run leaders, I saw a question there about home runs, 500 home runs or more. I had two. Willie McCovey, he hit 521 home runs. And Hank Aaron, what did Hank hit in his real career? 680 something? The number escapes me. How many did Hank Aaron hit? But in perfect team, for me, 653 home runs. 714 Cobra, thanks. So yeah, Aaron 714. He's a little bit behind the pace. When did I get him? I got him in 2027. So he didn't play the full cycle, but he's been on the Gladiators his whole career, which is kind of cool. Career average of 265. Struck out, though, over 2,500 times. So he did strike out quite a bit. And stolen bases, how many did Hank steal? 258. Yeah. And I saw someone earlier about Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan had about 5,700 strikeouts. So I forget what my Kevin Brown was, but I can check. That's what's cool about this. I go to pitching stats and I sort by pitchers, strikeouts. Kevin Brown finished with 3,085. So that goes to show how good Nolan Ryan was. Holy smokes. In a 32-year career, he's still a couple thousand behind Nolan Ryan. The only thing that, again, you can't do is, because I've sold cards over the cycle, so those players aren't included here. So these stats only include cards that I still have, obviously. So yes, if you want to reflect on any of your players at any time, if you missed it, I'll show you how you do that again. When you go to the double arrows in the bottom corner, go up to player list, select all levels, because you can go and check how they did at just diamond or gold, but I like all levels. Go down to time frame, select career, and then select your pitchers. And active roster, you want all players in organization. So that's all the cards that you own. And again, sort them however you want. Holds, what was your guys' holds leader? Did you have anyone with more than 442 holds? Kind of an obscure stat. Or my save leader, Tug McGraw, 303 saves in his career. Just so many cool things. The big loss leader for me, Kevin Brown. But of course, he pitched the most games. So yeah, when you get some time, if you had OOTP23, just, kind of go back and take a look at some of your players. My hit leader, Brooks Robinson. Home run leader, Hank Aaron. RBI leader, Hank Aaron. Guy that took the most walks, Hank Aaron. Hit by pitch, I think that's what HP is, right? Yeah, hit by pitch, Hank Aaron. So yeah, I have to induct Hank Aaron into the Gladiator Hall of Fame. There we go. So little tutorial there on what you can do with your team. 714. What was 714? Your save leader? You had a guy with 714 saves? Cool Papa Bell, Devil Dog says, led his team with 1,011 stolen bases. Ooh. Ruth had 714. Okay, I'm missing some things in the chat there. Yeah, I when I first learned about that Devil Dog, I couldn't figure out how to see all the players, and then I couldn't figure out how to see all the levels. It was just stuck on one level. So Aaron had 815 home runs with you with 98.5 WAR. Whew. Well, Devil Dog, you gotta put him back in your lineup. Let's get Hank to 1,000 home runs and at least 100 WAR. So yeah, everyone's checking out their Hank. Go check out your Hank. All right, let me go back to my main screen here. And let me escape out of that. All right, and I want to do the same thing for my Gym Unknown Blue Jays, because if any of you watch my tutorials on YouTube, I started this team just to do YouTube tutorials. And on YouTube, I'll just put it in the chat for the new people. I like to cater to new players. That's just my format. I like to create content for the new people joining OOTP, whether that's 23 or 24. So on my YouTube channel, I put together over 200 videos. Some are league play, some are tutorials, and to help some of those new players out. So I created this team right on my tutorial. I opened packs and I just kind of let it play out. I didn't focus a lot on it, but I just kind of kept it going because it was kind of fun to play with. And let's just go check out these guys. Let's go back because now Devil Dog and those of you that are checking out your stats have me curious here about my stats over on this team. All right, so player list, entire organization, pitchers. Let's look at batters first. Batting stats and career. So on this team, again, it was Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron led the way, playing over 3,000 games. The WAR wasn't that high for this Hank Aaron, 39.7, and he hit 528 home runs. But again, I've only owned him since 2042, so I missed out on 20 years of league play with him because this team I started up much later. Yeah, so there is my Jim Unknown Blue Jays. Again, my favorite card on this team was a silver. He is in the Jim Unknown Blue Jay Hall of Fame. George Kell played on the team from 2036 right up until present day. He's still on the team. I believe he played every season. I don't think I ever took him off the team. So here's a silver card, played 2,500 games, a lot of them in Diamond League. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, actually 18 out of 20 years in Diamond he played recently, and he's got a career average of 283. 283 for a silver card at third base. I mean, he hit 103 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, even had 16 stolen bases, which George Kell really wasn't known for, almost 2,500 hits. And it's only recently in the last 2 or 3 years that he's taken a back seat because I was able to get Honus Wagner late in the cycle. So he took over at third base for George Kell. But I just had to keep him on the team. He's still on the team. So there you go. There's a look at the leaders. Oh, I didn't look at the, let's take a quick look at my pitching leaders. Just see, I'm curious who my best pitcher was. Pitching stats, pitchers. Go. Tug McGraw again. Tug McGraw, 380 beats. Vida Blue, Pedro Martinez, not the good Pedro. This Pedro here, the second best Pedro. And my save leader, McGraw, Pedro, and Eckersley. My hold leader, McGraw, Pedro, Eckersley. So yeah, they were kind of my main 3 late inning guys. Strikeout king, Vida Blue. Good old Vida Blue finished with 4,456 strikeouts. Great career. Hey, Dr. Dynastic. Excellent. Welcome to the stream. If you're unfamiliar with Dr. Dynastic, he is one of the new affiliate streamers with OOTP Out of the Park 24, and he had his first stream as an affiliate yesterday, and we'll be seeing a lot more of him. Looks like Dr. Dynastic does a lot of franchise play, and even got into Perfect Team a little bit, and might be coming up with a theme team in the near future. So good to see you. Glad that you checked out the series there, whether it was on YouTube or Twitch. Not sure which one you got, but yeah, I'm a converted YouTuber that has come over to Twitch. Started in September. All right, we're going to get over to OOTP24. Let's stop that and go over here, do the quick wave. And voila, I've got a standard pack. All right, let me just check on the followers and give some shout outs. Oh, some of the names you guys have just crack me up. We've got Mick Arizima. We've got, I talked about Dingers, baby. Okay. D King 395, that 90s cover guy. That's where I left off. Okay, new followers. We've got Loco Pabs, Smell the Moose. I am Canadian, but I can honestly say I've never smelled the moose. But as a Canadian, I had to point that out because you never know. I don't know what all Canadians do. Smell the moose. Okay, that is the gamer tag or the Twitch tag of the day. Who else do we got? Oh, you guys with your capitalizations and uncapitalizations. Stashzilla, Kazken15, Skep, Triple Skep. I think I'm in one of your leagues. Are you Skep Northwest and Skep Northeast in one of the 24 leagues? We've also got Zuma. Sorry if I butchered that. We've got Yo Mama Goofy, and 2 shout outs for new subscribers. Tier 1 for D King 395, and oh my goodness, Dr. Dynastic, you didn't have to do that. I thank you so much for your subscription to enjoy the new emotes that you have as subscribers. I've added a few neat emotes over the last month, so feel free to use those in chat. So hey, I've got a little tribute to the king and to the doctor. Hey, I like that. The king and the doctor. Hello out there. We're on the air. It's baseball night tonight. Tension grows. Valenzuela throws and the ball goes out of sight. Doctor and the king jump and the players bump and the fans, they go insane. The king and the doctor roar. Ricky Henderson scores at the good old baseball game. Oh, the good old baseball game. It's the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old baseball game. High five. Boom. High five to the king. High five to the doctor. Thank you guys so much for the subscriptions. Hope you enjoy the content. Use the emotes. And yeah, join the Discord too. Join the Discord. And that is a good old Canadian hockey song that I've converted into a baseball song. Maybe next time I'll have to sing Bob and Doug. Take off, eh? You hoser. Max Fire, thank you for the follow just recently too. Geez, so many new followers, so many people playing OOTP24. It's great. Mr. Audit, you might want to gouge your eyes out with that singing. Absolutely. Yeah. And that was for you. That was for you. I know you're a huge A's fan. And Ricky Henderson, yeah, he scored the run to take home the game. Mr. Audit, go check out the emotes. I did something special for you. I don't know if it's up yet. Maybe it has to be approved. Might want to check it out. All right, let's go to OOTP24 and let's go and try one of these drafts. Let's try the drafts. You guys can help me out. I know that the drafts are they've loaded more drafts into the system. Wow, we've got over 200 of you currently on. Let me show you this. Let me show you this screen here that I like to do once in a while. Look at this. Number one, as always, USA, USA, USA. I've nailed it, guys. I've nailed the USA chant. We've got 21 Canadians. We've got people from Australia, people from New Zealand. We've got some from Germany, from Denmark, from Switzerland, even two from South Korea. Com2 US, you guys rock. You're the best. Thank you for all the support, Com2 US, for supporting OOTP and the affiliates. You guys are great. If you're watching, you're great. Big shout out to them. And one from the Netherlands. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see all these users from across the world. All right, back to our regular programming. Okay, so when you do a draft, for instance, this draft here is 1996. For all you new players out there, when you get involved in a draft, make sure you look at the year that that environment takes place in. So when you go to the show tournaments, you've got traditional tournaments, which you have to own the cards for. You can play in these tournaments with poor cards, but you're probably not going to do well. So, for instance, if you join a diamond tournament or a gold tournament, I hope you have some gold or diamond cards as part of your repertoire on your perfect team. Because if you enter a diamond tournament with all bronze cards, you're probably not going to win it. So it's probably a waste of a slot. So the traditional tournaments are tournaments using cards you currently own. For the perfect drafts, these ones, you don't have to own the cards. You simply sign up for one and pick amongst a group of cards throughout the draft. But take note of the year, because that is the environment that you're going to play in. And some cards play better in a different year's environment. For instance, one tournament that I've signed up for is this Saturday Double Historical. And the environment is 1919, which is kind of the dead ball era. And in the dead ball era, there weren't a lot of home runs. So drafting Mark McGwire, drafting Babe Ruth might not play out as great in a dead ball environment era. New Zealand breaks. Good to see you. What time is it in New Zealand right now? Because most of us are in the Americas. I'm guessing it's, what is it, about 8 a.m., 6 a.m.? Must be pretty early in the morning in New Zealand. There we go, 7:38 a.m. So when you sign up for a tournament, consider the year and draft according to that year. 1919, you didn't need a 5-man rotation. All you needed was 2 or 3 starting pitchers and maybe 5 or 6 guys in the bullpen, and that's it. So you don't need to draft 13 pitchers for 1919. And because this is a draft where the cards get lower and lower every round that you go through, I would recommend you get at least 2 or 3 really solid pitchers early in the draft, because they're going to pitch every 2 or 3 days. Those are the guys that you want. I wouldn't worry about home run guys. You know, Bryce Harper with 100 power in a 2023 environment? Yes. In a 1919 environment? maybe not so much. And same with your relievers. Because your pitchers in 1919 usually pitched complete games, don't waste a high draft position on a relief pitcher. You can get them in maybe one of them in silver, maybe a couple in bronze, but pitchers, I would get a couple starters early and then just leave the rest until the end. That's my advice. I by no means am an expert in these drafts. I win some, I lose some, but I kind of look at that environment. So it says to pick two cards. Two cards. Yeah, New Zealand. New Zealand breaks is from the future. He is from the future. He is one day away from games, I guess, from opening day. So I'm going to take let's open up the profile. I'm really trying to understand the BABIP, the home run and the pitcher BABIP. So my kind of guideline based on what I've heard is you want something 80, 70 or higher. So Cologne's not bad for BABIP. Fly ball pitcher, but I want to get some really good pitchers early. So I'm going to take Cologne and also when you hover over the card, it shows the year that they played. So sometimes I just pick cards that played in that era. If they're in the game, they must be pretty good, I would think. So I could go Roy Campanella. Defense is really good too in the dead ball era. So you kind of want to focus on defense. I would imagine speed maybe too. I'm gonna go. None of these guys really jump out at me. So I'm gonna go with Tim Raines and Cologne. Again, new players, once you get past the first round, typically you get on to a couple diamond rounds. And again, I want to get a pitcher if I can with good home run rating, good BABIP rating. So Blackwell, really good in the home runs. He's probably not going to give up a lot of home runs, but he might give up his fair share of hits. So these are the two, the home runs and the BABIP are the two that I kind of look at the most right now anyway, but I'm still learning about this. So I'm going to go with, I got one more diamond round, so maybe I'll get some pitchers there. I'm going to go with Blackwell. And this card played in 1915. So here's a 1915 card, and my draft is 1919. I mean, doesn't mean he's going to do really well, but logic says he probably will. Joe Tinker. So I'm going to go with the really good defense in the dead ball era, even though his bat's not the greatest. Shortstop, I like really good defense. Fred Carroll might be a good choice too. No, I'm going to go with Joe Tinker. And for the memes, yes, for the memes, how can I not? How can I not take my favorite pitcher of all time, Dave Stieb? I know that could lose me the tournament, but got to take him. I already got a shortstop, so now it's down to Tim Wallach or Al Kaline. Kaline and Wallach. And again, if you're new to the game, one thing you can do is you can compare two cards because I'm kind of deciding between Kaline and between Wallach. So I can go right click on Wallach and go compare player. And now I can look at their batting stats, or if they're pitchers, their pitching ratings, or even their defense ratings. So Kaline looks like he's pretty decent in the outfield, and Wallach okay at third base. But let's look at the batting ratings. I think I'm going to go with Kaline. Just seems to have a little bit of an edge in almost everything. So I'm going to go with K-Line. Steve and K-Line. Yeah. Andy, I agree with you. Like usually 2 or 3 months into the game, I kind of know which cards are the meta cards, which cards do well, but we're all at square one right now. We're all experimenting. So I have no clue. Utility guys are pretty good too. This Felix card really good for power, but again, we're in the dead ball era. There's not going to be a lot of home runs. I'm going to go Honus Wagner because it's Honus Wagner, and he can play 6 positions. Now I've got 2 pitchers. I want one more pitcher from gold. A lot of good shortstops here, but I already have a shortstop. Joe Tinker, can you play second? No. All right, Ian Kinsler, pretty good defense. And sometimes you want to go with utility, guys that can play a lot of positions. So I'm going to go with Felix because he can play 2, 4, 7 different positions. There we go. And if you're a new player too, notice I've got 2 shortstops, Tinker and Wagner. You right click on a player, go to set position, and you can pick a different position for them to play. But you want to make sure they can play it fairly well. So you open their profile, take a look here. So 98 in left field. So I'm going to put Honus Wagner in left field. That's his, on his card, his best position. Honus, actually I've already got 2 already. Rains and K-Line. So K-Line, even though it might not be the best move, I'm going to move him to center. So K-Line to center. Honus is going to go to right. There we go. Left, center, right. Cito, good to see you, Cito. Once the Sharks figure out things a couple weeks in, it gets hard for the Minnows to do well in tournaments. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I just say keep plugging away at it and really focus on the environment for that specific draft. All right, gold round number 2. What do I need? Something new that is a game changer in tournaments is the position seen at the bottom of the screen. You will see 10 catchers, 10 second basemen, 10 third basemen as their primary positions. You want to make sure you get 2 catchers, a couple shortstops, a couple second basemen. So right now, I have seen 5 catchers. I'm going to see 5 more at some point. Got to make sure I don't miss out on that. Last year's version of the game did not have the tracker. So that being said, I'm going to grab one catcher now. I'm going to take Babe Phelps, who played in 1936. And a lot of outfielders here, but I don't want an outfielder. Let's check the BABIP and the home run rate. Home run rate's really great. BABIP's pretty low. This guy's going to give up a lot of hits or a lot of balls in play. So I'm going to avoid sloppy. No sloppy on the team. Yeah, this is tough. We'll just take Michael Young. I'm not sure if this has a DH. I forgot to check if there's a DH in this one. I'd love for them to have on the top here to put the environment like 1919 with DH. So I don't think you can see that anywhere now. All right, one more pitcher. Got to grab a pitcher. Tim Hudson. Yeah, I like this one. Very good home run rate, extreme ground ball, not going to give up a lot of home runs. And the BABIP is really high. So Tim Hudson. And that's all you really need is 3 starting pitchers for 1919. There you go, EVC with the tip of the day. If you're in a live draft, take perfect Otani, two-way player. Well, I think Andy Messersmith is a pretty good, not bad, not bad. Home run rate's pretty good. BABIP's not bad. So because I don't see a lot of other great cards here, let's see with Mario Soto. Nah, I like blue. I like blue for the BABIP or blue for the home run. So we're going to go with Messersmith and Hudson. Now I'm good for pitchers until close to the end. Still need a first baseman and a third baseman. Keith Hernandez, Wally Pipp. And if you're a new player, don't get caught up in how the player did in real life. That's really important when you do these drafts. When you see a card there, like for instance, if I saw a silver Rogers Hornsby and you go, oh, Rogers Hornsby, in real life, he was really good, one of the best. Don't get caught up in that because the name doesn't always reflect the ability of that card for that time period. Sometimes it's a Honus Wagner rookie card, and he might not have been good in his rookie season. So be careful with getting caught up in the player name. Doesn't always translate to how they're going to do. And some players have more than one card. All right, so let's speed this along. I'm just going to take some utility guys. Let's take this. Yeesh. Not liking a lot of these ones here. Defense. Where's the defense? All right, Wally Pipp. Wally Pipp played in 1916. That's close enough to 1919 for me. Looks like a solid card for a silver. He can bunt. He can sacrifice. Wally Pipp. Go to lineups. Go to team and lineups. Looks like there is a DH. Yes, there is a DH. Thank you. Thank you, Cito, for that little piece of wisdom there. So I do have a couple players that can play DH already. Still need to, don't want to get my bullpen guys yet. All right, 106. This guy can't hit worth the beans, but he can come off the bench and play really good defense at second or short. And in dead ball era, I want good defense. Ray Sanchez. And pitcher wise, nope. BABIP's too low. You want BABIP at least 70 guys for your pitcher to perform well. J.R. Richard, BABIP's 83. So this card's a pretty good card. Might walk a few people, but it's a decent card for a silver. So we're going to add him. D King, is there anything specific when you're selecting hitters? Yes. You gotta decide, are you going to sacrifice defense for offense? Do you want a good balance between the two? Do you want to go all power? Do you want to go speed? Remember, when you construct your lineup, you want a really good leadoff guy, right? A guy that's not going to strike out, in the first inning. Someone that has good contact, someone that has good speed. So as you're drafting, you don't want to just take the highest power guy. You don't want a bunch of potential home run strikeout guys on your team. So just consider and say, okay, I've got a Ricky Henderson. He's my leadoff guy. Now I want a cleanup guy. Now I want a number 2 guy, a number 3 guy. And consider the era too. Because like I said, 1919, I'm not going to go with a lot of guys that have power because there's not a lot of home runs. So, for instance, if I look at, let's see, which two can I look at? Zach Wheat. So let's compare Zach Wheat, who doesn't have a lot of home run power, and Sixto. So if you're kind of looking at batters and deciding, well, what type of batter do I want to take? Just compare the cards a little bit and look, well, okay, so looks like Zach Wheat contact wise, a little bit better, but then Sixto a little bit better with eye against the lefties. Do you need batters? Do you have a lot of left-hand batters? Do you have a lot of right-hand batters halfway through the draft? You want to kind of, it's best if you can have platoon players. When you draft your team, you should have all of your players involved somehow, or most of them. So there are going to be specific players against the left-hand pitchers and specific players against the right-hand pitchers. So if I sort by contact, Ray Sanchez, a little bit better against the lefties. Tim Raines, I can play him both ways because he's just as good against the lefties and righties. Contact power, contact power. It's relatively the same. Al Kaline, relatively the same. But then we get to someone like Felix Mantilla, and he's a little bit splitty, right? His power is better against the lefties. His avoid K is better against the lefties. His eyes better against the lefties. So here's a guy that you want in against the lefties somewhere, but then you want to make sure you have another second baseman that you can put in against the righties that might have good numbers in terms of their ratings. So the opposite of Felix Mantilla. So yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of practice, but for now, get your feet wet, try the drafts out, experiment a little bit, and consider the era that you're playing in. Hey, Gorgo, you got the drops? Good. Thanks for dropping in, Gorgo. So that being said, I want another second baseman with righty splits. And look at this guy. He's a little bit better against the righties. He's got okay defense and speed. So I could put Felix in against the lefties, and I can put Mickey Moriandi in against the righties. Again, just spitballing a few things here. Mickey, we're going to take him. And so when I look at my first baseman, Wally Pipp, you see he's better against the right-handed pitchers. So it doesn't make sense for me to draft another first baseman that's good against the right-handed pitchers. I want one that's good against the left-handed pitchers. So let's see. Pat Tabler. Yeah, he's a little bit better against the left-hand pitchers. So he'd be a good combination to go with my other first baseman. Justin Smoke. Well, he's better in some areas, not the other, but he's not really a good fit with my other first baseman. And Mark Teixeira, again, a little bit better against the left-hand pitchers, but definitely the first guy I looked at, Pat, or what about Ronnie Belliard? There you go. This is the guy I'm going to take. Look at how he's better against the lefties in most of the categories. So we'll take him and we'll take Mickey. Now I have possible platoon situations with Felix and with Wally Pipp. Oh, that's okay. No problem. Let's see if I can finish this. Sometimes they give you extra time. Let's see if I can get the draft in. There we go. Still letting me. All right, let's finish this off. What do I need? Just randomly picking players now because, yes, the timer expired. I got 9 pitchers. That's enough. So let's go. Got 2 catchers, King Kelly and Claudell Washington. Yeah, when your timer expires, there you go. You've reached the time limit. So I almost got it done. 1 round short, which I'm okay with. This is 1919. A lot of these players wouldn't get a lot of playing time anyway. And I'm not worried about missing out on 2 players in a 1919 draft. If this was 2023, yeah, it would probably hurt me long term. All right, because it's a 1999 or 1919 draft, only need to go with 3 pitchers. So you go down to your rotation and you go 4-man, because it won't let you set a 3-man rotation until the actual games start. But you can overcome that by going 4-man rotation and just taking one guy and dragging him to your bullpen. So I've got 3, 6. This is plenty for a 1919 team. That's good. I don't care if I didn't get 1 or 2 more. And I'm going to just go all middle relief. That's kind of what I like to do. Let's go all middle relief. These guys, even if they go the distance, they might pitch 3 or 4 innings at the most. They don't get used a lot because my big 3 typically are going to have complete games, especially if their stamina is okay. Dave Stieb, I'm going to put him at a 125 pitch count. This is 1919. Ewell Blackwell, 125 pitch count. Bartolo Colon, his stamina is only 67. So I don't want to push him as much. I'm still going to go fairly high. I'm going to go 108. And I'm not going to set pitch counts on my relievers yet, but Jumbo Elliott, let's see who my best reliever is. Yeah, it's probably Jumbo Elliott. So I'm going to put him as stopper, middle relief. Don't need setup guys in 1919 because seriously, they didn't have setup guys typically. That's why you want 3 big guns for your starters because they're going to eat the majority of innings for this team. Right? And then with the hitters, I just like to go ask the bench coach just to fill out a basic lineup. And then I kind of do a quick evaluation. Contact against the lefties. Michael Taylor's one of my better contact guys. Keith Moreland at DH, a little bit worse. So Michael Taylor, I'm going to put in. Right? Makes sense to put him in against the lefties. Defense, he's 92. My current center fielder, K-Line, is 82. So I'm going to put K-Line as DH, Michael Taylor as center field, because you want your best defenders on the best positions, typically. Okay, power versus lefties. I'm missing Mike Moustakas. He's my second best power guy, but this is 1919. I don't care about power. It's not going to make much of a difference. So I'm not going to worry about getting these guys in the lineup. If this was 2023, I would put them in. Contact versus righties. Zach Wheat maybe should be in there. He can only play left field or DH. Current DH is Keith Moreland, who's further down. So I'm going to put Zach Wheat in for Keith Moreland. Who's the better left fielder? Zach Wheat, 75-63. Range is the most important, typically. And my current left fielder, Tim Raines, is probably a lot higher. 79-59. So yeah, it's a wash. You can have Wheat as your left fielder or Raines. I'm going to actually put Raines as DH because his Raines' range isn't as great. And then kind of you want your 2 best players in the number 2 and 4 slot. So you don't want, someone to strike out right off the bat. And you don't want someone to strike out at the top of the second inning if they go three up, three down. So typically, your best two hitters you want at number two and number four. So maybe look at speed, maybe look at eye. I think Tim Raines is probably the leadoff guy. He's got good speed, he's got good contact, he's going to take some walks. And my second best guy is probably maybe L. Kaline. L. Kaline, Babe Phelps. So I'm going to put L. Kaline as my number three or number two. Again, just kind of playing around. I'm not going to tweak it too much. Just make sure you go to versus left hand and DH and you fill in your secondary positions. I just let the computer do that. And then I just go to if starter's tired. Same with over here, if starter's tired. Always click submit. Don't forget to click submit because it may not save your lineup. And now you're ready. You're ready for the tournament. You can also go into strategy and play around with these. It's kind of early in the game cycle to know which sliders work the best, but this is 1919. So I'm just going to leave it on neutral, and then I'll evaluate the tournament later. I do like to go, well, it's 1919. I'm not going to play around with that. As you get more experienced in the game and you talk to more people and you get on the Discord, you'll get kind of some ideas and some strategies on what these sliders should be. But I'm going to leave them for now. You find that the L favors speed, AI favors speed way too much for the leadoff guy. Yeah, that's the thing. We're all learning this new version of the game. All right, let me just double check here, guys. See if I'm missing out on anything. Followers, thank you to a few of you that have followed in the last half hour. Max Fire 5. Actually, we have an ad on right now, so let's wait until the ad break is over. All right, welcome back in, everyone, from the break. Just before the break, I was just talking about, again, the drafts and some of the different sliders. Going back to kind of my main page here, want to welcome you guys in back to episode 82. This is the smoke clears on spring training. We are less than 48 hours away from our first official games of the 2023 season. Yes, today's game, let's refresh this a little bit. Let's see what's going on in our last spring training session. The Phillies beat my Blue Jays 6-5 today, and the Nationals beat the Yankees 3-0. The Braves with a 6-4 lead over the Red Sox. The Pirates leading the Twins in the seventh inning, and the Royals and the Rangers in a close game. 1-0 lead for the Kansas City Royals. So no games tomorrow. Official season starts on Thursday. Again, my Blue Jays in an interleague game play against the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, guys, we will be doing a draw for 10 standard packs for one of you, 5 standard packs for someone else. Just like we did yesterday, every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, there will be a draw for some standard packs. So thank you guys for sticking around and tuning in. Lots to come in the next half hour or so. All right, next want to get on to OOTP official here. Let's go and bring up OOTP. Make sure we got the right version of the game since I was showing the other version earlier. And one more time, a shout out to a few people that just kind of joined in or followed. A lot of new players currently in OOTP, so I'd like to welcome them in. We got Slippery Foots. Well, I apologize. I hope you haven't, had to end up in emergency too often there, Slippery. Slippery Foots, you can get some shoes with some really good traction. And then you can rename yourself to Non Slippery Foots. I just love some of the nicknames you guys have here. We got I Am the Cisco. I Am the Cisco. I don't know if that's a Star Trek reference, but I think Deep Space Nine, it was Captain Cisco. Four Knee Yay. I've seen Four Knee Yay around the Discord. Thank you for the follow, Four Knee Yay. And who else do we got? We've got Glory to Your House. Well, glory to your house too. Health, happiness, and glory to your house. Thank you for the follow. Beat Niche. And just in the last minute, Debaser17. Thank you, Debaser17. Thanks to all of you that have followed today, those of you that have subscribed today. Thank you for not making me sing too much. I've only had to do it a couple times, and hope you enjoy the content over the next little while with OOTP24. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There are a lot of people in the chat that know the game really well. So if you're new to OOTP and have questions, fire away, ask away. All right, let's look at my team. The Rocky Mountain Gladiators are in the entry pool. We opened up all the packs yesterday, and I've got 12 more from the different tournaments and login bonuses. Remember that you have the option of subscribing to Perfect Team Plus. Yes, this is a payment feature. It's new to the game this year. My personal opinion, well worth it, because you get for $7 a month, you get extra packs, you get extra achievement multipliers, you have more ballparks to choose from, you get login bonus, you get double the packs in your login bonuses, extra tournament slots, extra draft slots, and some surprises that I hear they're going to give out coming in the future. So $6.99 for a 30-day membership. You can purchase that. If you have lots of disposable income, you can even buy Perfect Points, which then allows you to buy cards off the card shop with those Perfect Points, like Dave Steeb or any other of the players there. Or you can go and use these points to buy packs. And right now, you only have standard, silver, and gold packs. But later on, they will have diamond packs, they'll have historical packs, they'll have perfect packs. And this year, they said they're going to come out with other types of packs too. So, really, really interesting to see what they come out with. And Gabagoo Luigi, I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you want, when you buy Perfect Points for a limited time offer, you can click the little toggle at the top. And if you want to enhance your experience with Perfect Team, you can buy the Ultimate Big PP package for $500 American. You can have the biggest PP package on Perfect Team. Yes, I am just reading what shows up here. Show big PP package. So again, if you have disposable income, enhance your OOTP experience and get your 2 million perfect points. AZ Axel pointed out on Discord today that this is a limited time offer. This will not be here for the whole season. So get your big PP package before it's reduced or before it's taken off completely. You don't want it taken off completely. So again, disposable income, it's an option for you. And Yo Mom Goofy says you can even have a bigger PP package if you're a Prime or a PT Plus player. your package gets even bigger. 2.4. 2.4. So you get an extra bonus with that PP package. So again, just something that is an option for you if you, again, have that extra money and you want to buy more packs or more cards. It's great. So one last time for new players, enhance your experience with a big PP package. $500 if you're a Plus member, 2,400,000. Just think how many Dave Steve cards you can buy with that. All right, speaking of cards, let's go and check out what I got here. Pulled a few historical diamonds yesterday. Alex and Gorgo aren't in the chat, so I don't think I'm going to have that same luck today. So let's check it out. What do we got? What do we got for the Rocky Mountain Gladiators? I'm seeing double. We've got the Miles Mastrobuoni twins. Boy, do they ever look the same. Sometimes twins, you can tell them apart, but these two Cub twins, I can't see any difference. They look the same. Someone's found the new emotes. There we go. That one's for Mr. Audit. Oh, that is the comment of the day so far. Extra luck for you in the draw today, Rob Deere and Headlights. You can see for miles and miles. Well, I'm not seeing much here. Benji Gill. Again, I don't have really any clue about these cards and how they do. I'm just dipping my toes into 24 recently. I've been stuck on 23. Luke, who we now call Andy. And these cards, these historical cards, will likely be part of missions in the future. So you don't want to get rid of all of them. They're not really worth a ton. The historicals, the live silvers are worth a lot more for most of them. Josh Reddick with Wildcat Bandit's favorite team, the Houston Astros. See, as followers and longtime viewer of the channel, I get to know you and I know your favorite teams. I just don't know like your favorite ice cream. But maybe in the future, Derek Hall. Derek Hall. What's he selling for? $869. I don't want to keep my live silvers right now. So $823. If you want a Derek Hall, $699. $699 because I don't care about the live missions right now. I'll finish them later. We've got a Blue Jay. Stop the presses. We've got All-Star Joe Carter. All-Star Joe Carter. He is a duplicate. I'm willing to sell off a Joe Carter if you need Joe. 75. 75 on the card shop. Lowest price out there. Yeah, that's Ryan. Some people like to keep the live silver. Some like to sell them off while you can still get a good price for them. When the Perfect Team Live comes out, they'll probably be pretty handy. This one right here, getting 500, 600 for a live card is pretty good because later on in the cycle, they're going to be worth minimum 100, 150, unless you want to speculate. If you think that Bubba Thompson is going to become a gold card in the future because he's playing so well, if he has a fantastic April and he's, hitting home runs and he's got a good on base percentage and he's doing really well, that 70 could go up to an 80 or an 85 or a 92. And then the value of the card goes up because he's at a gold level or diamond level. The only thing is that if you speculate, you can only have 10 of one player. You're only allowed to own 10 of one player unless you open more in packs. So if I go on the card shop and I say, I'm going to buy up all the Bubba Thompsons because I think he's going to go to a diamond card, I go and I buy 10 of them, and then I've hit my limit. But if I open more in packs, then I get to keep them. So yeah, it's kind of cool. You can add to your speculation stash if you need to. So I'm going to sell him, sell my live 777 lucky sevens for Bubba Thompson. And one more pack. And not much. This was a pretty dud polling session. But again, more packs will come in, and Bubba Thompson has sold. Thank you. Thank you, whoever pulled the Bubba Thompson. I agree, Mr. Audit. I did not know that. Joe Carter is from Oklahoma City. I knew Mickey Mantle was from the area. I knew Johnny Bench was from the area. And I guess Joe Carter is from the area. Thank you for that. I get a kick of the spammed emotes sometimes. All right, back to the team. Let's see where we are in the entry pool. We are currently probably way down here, 17-10. But again, we're only going to go up to rookie next year because we joined the entry pool late. The Rocky Mountain Gladiators flexing there, leading the league in home runs with 48 and third in batting average. I guess that's third. Yeah, looks like third. 299. They still have to work on the fonts a little bit. Gets a little bit cut off. Mo Vaughn, third in the league in batting average. So there's a good card for you if you're at the lower levels. What's he selling for? Wow. Mo money. We need more money for Mo Vaughn. Mo is selling for over 20,000 perfect points. So there you go. If you need a bigger package, you can get for $500 the 2.4 million if you have Perfect Team Plus for the big package of perfect points. And then you can go buy Mo Vaughn. Okay, I'm just going to swap out. We are going to have the draw for the contest in about 15 or 20 minutes. So hang in there, guys. Thanks for everyone here. Over 250 of you tuning in on this Tuesday. Don't forget tonight, TJ Lauerman, one of the OOTP development teams, will be, I think, starting off his Atlanta Braves franchise series. 9 o'clock Eastern is when TJ usually comes on. He'll be on the official OOTP channel where you can get your drops from them. Don't know if Rich is going to be on. He was on last night. He was on Sunday night. Don't know if he's going to be on, but TJ should be on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Checking the chat here. In Perfect Team 23, there were probably a bazillion shed longs pulled. Yes. Nightmares of some of those cards that were pulled all the time. All right, going to switch screens for my last segment here, guys, and go over to here. Stay tuned for that draw. I want to finish off with the final 8. Yes, there are 8 teams left. And I know Dr. Dynastic likes to play a lot of franchise play. TJ Lauerman, Tranquil Farms, I Rock This, all like to do a lot of franchise. Yuka, Yukarin Kazami likes to play a lot of franchise. Tetsuiji plays franchise. I don't play a lot of franchise, but I do like the historical franchise. So we've got 8 teams remaining. We have to find out who the final 4 are going to be. So we're going to play our first game in the round of 8. So I've got the wheel. I've got the wheel of destiny on the screen here. Let's find out who our 2 teams will be today. And then we'll do our draw. All right, team number 1 is going to be Paul Sporer and Dish 1990 Tigers. All right, they are going to face off against oh, Toronto Blue Jays. So we've got a couple teams from relatively close periods of time, the 90 Tigers and the 92 Blue Jays. So now I got to find out. Let's go to this here. Will the Toronto Blue Jays have home field advantage? And round it goes. Will the Blue Jays have home field advantage? No, they will not. The Tigers will get home field advantage. So let me go over and switch back to OOTP. So this is cool. If you're just getting into OOTP for the first time, you got to try out the historical replays. One of my favorite parts of the game. So on the main menu, you'll see at the very bottom, historical exhibition. Let's make that a little bit bigger. You click on that. That's going to take you to your setup screen where you can choose any 2 teams from 1901 all the way down to current year. How cool is that? Any 2 teams from baseball history with their opening day roster. You can pick opening day roster. You can pick their end of season roster. Or if they were in the World Series, you can pick their World Series roster. So we're down to the final 8. We're going to go the away team was the 1992 Blue Jays. Was it 92 or 93? I think it was 92, right? 1992 Blue Jays. 1992 Blue Jays, and they are going to face off against the home team, 1990 Tigers. Just a 1-game series. You can program how many games that you want to have these 2 teams play. They're going to play 1 game, and we're going to go with modern era settings, and injuries will be on. We're going to go with the end of season rosters for the final 8. So you select your teams, you select the year, era, all that kind of stuff. Then you click Create Exhibition. And Rich said he would be on Wednesday. So Rich will be on tomorrow. So TJ tonight, Rich on Wednesday, and Dishnet on Thursday morning or Thursday at noon Eastern. So once you click Create Start, then you will go to and set your lineups if you want to. We're just going to go to Play Ball. Jack Morris for Detroit, ironically used to be on the Blue Jays, and Juan Guzman for the Toronto Blue Jays. You click play. And yeah, no, giveaway not until a little bit later. Giveaway always at the end of the stream. Here we go. The 1992 Blue Jays up against the 1990 Detroit Tigers. We're playing at Tiger Stadium, and going to take a look at some of the cool animations that we have for this year's version of the game. Oh, thanks, Brent. So Rich will be on tomorrow instead of the hockey guys that do the franchise hockey manager. So Rich tomorrow night and TJ tonight. All right, we are going to go to runners in scoring position. Just to speed it up a little bit here, guys. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Detroit at bat. Nothing going for them. Top of two, Toronto facing Jack Morris, and they have runners on first and second. Dave Winfield at second, Devo White at first, Pat Borders is at the plate, and Borders strikes out. Yeah, the animation just gets better and better. We've got Jack Morris up against Manny Lee, very underrated defensive shortstop, and Manny Lee is out. 2 out, 2 on for Kelly Gruber, the number 8 hitter. Gruber flies one out deep to center, and that is going to be caught, and the Blue Jays get nothing in the top of the second. All right, we go to the bottom of the second. One hit for the Detroit Tigers, one hit for the Toronto Blue Jays. We go to top of 3. So when you go runners in scoring position, it's just exactly like it says. For the new players out there, it will sim the game ahead until you have a runner on second base or further. So we've got Pat Tabler on second, John Olerud, Blue Jay legend, at the plate, one away, and Olerud hits one to the second baseman. They were playing a shift. Smart move. Olerud with the shift. Dave Winfield, who was a Blue Jay back in 1992. Can he cash in Pat Tabler? No, he goes down swinging. We head to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 Toronto. Must have missed a home run here. No, a double. So Alomar walked, and then Tabler doubled him home. All right, go Blue Jays. Now this is just wrong. This is just wrong. Lloyd Moseby on the Detroit Tigers. Lloyd Moseby played almost all of his career with Toronto, and then he played his last 2 years in Detroit. Wasn't part of the World Championship team. Unfortunately, wasn't in Toronto long enough to be a World Series champ. So here we have Lloyd Moseby going up against his former team and Juan Guzman. And he takes a walk. Hey, runners in scoring position, nothing for Detroit. We go to top of 4, 1-0 Blue Jays. Devo White at the plate. Nope. Bottom of 4. Pitchers duel, top of 5. Alomar on second, Pat Tabler at the plate. One away, and a weak ground ball to short. It does advance the runner, so we have 2 out and a runner on third base. Let's see if we can get a John Olerud home run. No, but he slashes it into right field. That is going to score the runner from third base, and the Blue Jays up 2-0. Dave Winfield against Jack Morris, and he lines one into center field. That's going to move the runner to third base. We have runners on the corner for Devo White. That gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner from third. He is going to score, and the Toronto Blue Jays take a 3-0 lead. Jack Morris still in the game. Jack Morris played in Toronto in 92 and 93. So interesting. Here is a player that is pitching for Detroit in the game, but is also part of the Toronto roster in the game. So we could see a Jack Morris versus Jack Morris pitching duel later in the game. Devo White at the plate. He lines one to first base. That will do it. But the Jays score 2, and it's 3-0. Bottom of 5. Detroit finally has something going. Lloyd Mosby at second. Travis Fryman. If you're a Tiger fan, you'll remember Travis Fryman. He strikes out. We go to top of 6. Edwin Nunez in the game. He gets the Tigers out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Juan Guzman. Nothing for the Tigers. Only 3 hits. Come on, Tigers fans. Put on the rally caps. 3-0 Blue Jays. Top of 7 and bottom of 7. We go to top of 8. Still 3-0. It is 5-0. We've had probably a 2-run shot. What do we got? Dave Winfield grounds out. Devo White strikes out. Pat Borders singles, and Manny Lee with the 2-run home run. Don't know if we can see that replay. Let's see. I think it's Shift F10. Oh, we can't because we are going runners in scoring position. All right, here we go. We're in the top of the 8th. 2 out for Pat Borders, and he takes a walk. Blue Jays continue threatening here in the 8th inning. Manny Lee with a 2-run home run. Don't see that too often. We go to bottom of 8. David Cone in on relief of Juan Guzman, and Detroit gets nothing. Top of 9. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. We need a huge rally. Mark Salas at the plate, the number 4 hitter. Let's play this inning out. And that is going to be caught by the left fielder. Tabler grabs that one. Sweet Lou Whitaker. Lou Whitaker. Towards the end of his career. Look at that. Talk about loyalty. Every year with Detroit. Never left the Detroit Tigers. And he takes a walk. David Cone, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, facing Larry Sheets. And Sheets pops one out to right field. That will be the second out of the inning, and it comes down to Scott Lusader. Ball gets away. Runner does not advance. And that's lined into right field. Runner goes to second, holds up at second. We have a little bit of a rally going. Runners on first and second, 2 away for the number 8 hitter, Lloyd Mosby. What can he do against his former team? He pops out to shallow left field, and that will do it. The 1992 Blue Jays are going to the Final Four, one of the Final Four teams in our historical replay. Player of the game is Juan Guzman. He goes 7 strong innings, giving up 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Jack Morris takes the loss, 5 innings, 5 hits, and 3 earned runs. Home runs just from Manny Lee. So there you go, new players. If you want to play the game in a little different way, if you want to break from perfect team or from franchise play, you can simply go and play any 2 teams in history. Have some fun with that. Just one of the many things you can do with perfect team. All right, guys, last part here, and then we will get to our giveaway. All right, I do have confirmation of both of the winners. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go hear from the voice himself, Dr. Dynastic, and probably his franchise play. Go give him some love. See you guys next episode, Thursday, after DishNet. We'll be on with a special stream. You don't want to miss it Thursday, plus our regular giveaway. See you then, Laptop Pound, signing out of the studios. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to yourself and those that are around you. We'll see you next episode.